Hello, my name is Guy Tapia. We're back again with Torture of an Angel. And today I got a very, very special guest. This is my cousin, Nick Montano. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good, and you?
Good, good. Well, I'm gonna ask Nick a series of questions that's gonna go with the interview of all this Torture of an Angel. And like I said before, we're doing this for your mom. This is all for your mom. So I really appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you being here. And I know this is hard. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I'll get into it. But first of all, how are you today?
I'm doing good. You're really good today.
Good, Nick. Good. Where are you from, Nick?
I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
How long you been here?
25 years.
25 years. Cool, cool. And you've lived here all your life?
Yes.
Okay. You have any children?
I have 3 daughters.
3 daughters. And what are their names, Nick?
Juliet, Maya, and Audrina.
And how old are they?
I have 2 6-year-olds and a 5-year-old.
2 6-year-olds and 5-year-old. Okay, cool. What are your goals in life, Nick? What do you want to do?
Music. I love making music. I like speaking about truthful things. I guess my personal diary. I guess.
Oh, good. Chronicles of your life or stuff
Yeah.
like that. Through rap?
Yeah.
Rap. Good, man. Good. On March 7th, the year 2000, what happened on that day, Nick?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was out playing. My mom said she was gonna take a shower, so I said okay. And she did a shower. I was outside playing, and when I came back in, she was laying. She said she was gonna take a nap after that, and she did. So I went outside to play more. And I remember going inside to ask her a question, and I just said, "Mom, Mom." She wouldn't respond, nothing. And so
It's okay, Nick. It's okay. It's okay, man. I know this is hard. I really apologize because this is hard. This is very hard for Nick, and he's trying really hard. And I'm going to try to get through these, Nick. We're going to try to get through these, Nick. Okay, let me go to the other one. You remember how you felt that day?
yeah, hurt, sad.
I bet, man. I bet. How old were you when that happened?
7.
7 years old. Okay. Now, at that time, Nick, when you're 7 years old, my God, when you're just a little kid, and I know it's rough, but how do you remember? Do you remember like it was clear as day?
Like if it was yesterday.
Right. And I know this is rough, Nick. I really know how this is rough. How are you coping with all this?
It's hard, but I just take it day by day. Like I have my depression and stuff,
Right.
and I just cope with it the best I can.
What do you do, Nick, to get away from it all? What do you do? I know because one time I saw you fishing. Remember that one time I saw you?
Yeah.
You and your dad, but
I like fishing. I was into sports and stuff.
right.
So sports, but now that I'm older, it's just music.
Good, man, good. And that'll help you cope. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
know it's rough for a child to go through this. You know what I mean? You're still young. You know what I mean? So it's rough. It's really rough. So I know what you're going through, man. And I apologize to the audience because this is really rough. This is his son. This is his son. So so how do you feel about the man that tortured your mom, Nick? I know it's hard, but how do you feel about that?
Just
Hate.
Yeah, just I don't know.
What do you feel, Nick? Like if he was right there talking to us, what would you say to that man right now? Whatever
Probably
he
wouldn't
was-
say nothing, but I don't know. I would deal with it in my own ways.
Right.
Yes.
Right. All right. Do you still like you're being tortured by this man? Still?
Yeah. It did stuff to our mom, but it did really damage to our family.
Right.
Even though she passed away, it still hurts.
Right. And this was, of course, 18 years ago, but as you can see, it's still happening today. We're going through a lot, uh, more so than me, because I'm just a cousin, and I couldn't even imagine what he's going through as a son. So, here's another hard question, Nick, and I'm sorry I have to ask this. You feel like your mom got justice from this crime?
No.
Like Nick, because I did research on this man. This man was crazy, and I know he tortured you and your family, and I feel a lot of hate for him too. I really do, man. And and just be honest, Nick. I know your mom didn't get any justice for this.
Yeah, because she died during trial, I guess.
Right. But now, Nick, you're her voice. So how do you feel like she didn't get the justice, right? She didn't get the justice she wanted, right?
No.
Right.
But God will deal with them.
Yes,
so.
Exactly. And we do believe in God, all of our family, so we know we're going to get that back. Now, how do you feel now, Nick, about this?
It still hurts, but I just pretty much left it up to God, and I try not to beat myself up over. It's still hard though. Like, that's my mom, and I still think about it. But I want to move on. I want to do what I want to do in life.
Right. Do you feel like he's basically torturing you now, and still being tortured, and you feel
every day,
Right.
I don't have my mom here to talk to, but I talk to her all the time. Though I go to her grave.
Oh, good, man.
I sit there and cry, but or when I'm having rough times, I go over there.
Right.
And it's
really
hard.
rough, huh? Yeah.
At first, it was really hard. Just not having that anxiety, I guess, of not holding her or getting to talk to her and feeling that, I don't know how to explain it, but it's hard.
Yeah, I understand.
But now that's been it gets easier, I guess, and but still that she's not here.
Right. And I understand, because, doing this is helping. It really is coping with the problems that he did with your family. So I really, really believe that this is really helping you out, Nick. So, and I know it's rough, man, because I know we're cousins, so it's really rough asking these questions, and it's rough for me to even answer these, ask these questions. So, you talked to your grandmother about this?
To be honest, I don't talk to anybody about this. Really, my first time, really. So,
right.
Getting it off my chest, I guess.
Good, Nick. And like I said, man, if you have something to say to the camera, let me know. Please tell me. And make sure the camera knows that, what you're going through. Okay, Nick. Man to man, okay? What advice would you give to another man that is going through the same stuff you're doing if they lost their mom? What advice?
It's going to be hard, but you guys say I say to my mom, she's not down here suffering like us. She's in a better place, not suffering. You can't dwell on it, let her rest, and she's in a good place. We're just here waiting for our turn.
Right.
When you'll meet again.
Right.
It's not forever.
Like I was talking earlier with my aunt, and always saying, the message that we're trying to give is watch your kids. Watch your kids, because you never know what happened. My aunt went through some stuff with your mom that after she passed away, that now she thinks about it and she goes, oh my God, should I have been there, and all those little questions that mothers always give to themselves about what happened when a family member dies. So what would you say to the audience, Nick, to
That I always get everybody always says when somebody dies, oh, what could I have done to be different? It's not what could you have done, is could you have done anything? And I think everything happens for a purpose. But God wants us, He's going to take us either way, and we can't have no judgment of that, I believe. And it's just, you can't knock yourself over with something happened.
Right.
Because you don't know if God wanted another angel that day. But I don't know.
I understand, Nick. I understand. All right, Nick, this is for your mom. Okay, so this is all for your mom, Angelica Montano. What would you think your mom would say right now we're doing this for her now. What would you say your mom would say?
That she's probably happy now, looking down on us, saying thank you for getting my name out there, cause it's kind of hard when cops supposed to be out there to protect us, and they didn't believe my mom. So
Right.
like, what kind of, like, how are we supposed to trust people that supposed to be helping us that don't believe us?
Right, right. And like I said, that she didn't get the justice that she deserved. Why do you think that, Nick? Why do you think that she didn't get that justice with that cop that she should have, they should have done something for her?
They should have done something that day. They should have believed her instead of thinking my mom's probably lying or something.
Right.
Because my mom did have her problems and issues or whatever, but if somebody comes at you that serious or something, of course you're supposed to believe them.
Right, right, yeah.
But just because they got a badge or something,
Yeah,
that's why I don't talk to cops or anything.
Right, yeah.
I'd rather take stuff my own matter, but I'm not God, I can't judge nobody.
Right, Nick. And I mean, this was a really tragic little accident that happened to all of us. That's basically taking care of us all, And I mean, how would I say? Let's just say she was right there. Okay, what do you think she would say, Nick? What do you think she would say about this man that did this?
Yeah, I don't know if she would even talk about it or, because it's been 18 years now. I know it's just I forgot how she'd act or like.
Right.
I know
In your perspective, what do you think she'd say?
Let's get the message out there so this wouldn't happen to somebody else.
Right.
Probably.
Right. Exactly. Right. And they didn't believe her at the time of what happened to her, and which is sad. She never really got to say really what she wanted to say. So, in my closing remarks, as you can see, it's really hard for our family to go through this, and I don't know. Like I said, to be back to those messages, watch your kids. Make sure nothing happens to them. Listen to them. Pay attention to what they say, and Nick, my cousin's going through a lot of stuff. I know this is really, really hard for him, and I'm sorry I had to ask you these questions, Nick. But it needs to get done, man.
Get it off my chest too.
Yeah, yeah, Nick, you do.
I hold in a lot of stuff, and when I blow up like a bomb. So.
Yeah, Nick. So do you think this is helping you out still?
Yeah.
Good, Nick. I know it's hard for you, Nick. I know. I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
I really couldn't imagine because this is your mom. And I love my mom dearly. And she's still alive, but it's just scary. It's just scary. So, what would you say to a kid that's going through this, Nick? It's maybe even younger than you because this happened when you were 8 years old. So let's just say something happened to a kid out there that same thing that happened. What would you say to that kid, Nick?
It's hard at first. I dealt with it in my own ways. You'll probably find your own way to deal with it, but just get it off your chest. Talk about it as much as you can. And sometimes I feel like somebody don't want to listen, or I feel like people go out through. You tell people something and they'll listen. Talk to you. But I like writing my stuff out on paper. I'd rather talk to paper than talk to a lot of people.
Okay, so that's all basically how you're coping with this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's helping you out, Nick, to where you could write raps?
Yeah, and messages too. Probably somebody's running through the same thing like how we're talking about, and they'll probably hear it. And if I change somebody or change one kid and help them, that's worth more than $1 million.
Right, Nick. Right. And, God, Nick, I know this is rough. And, and there's a lot of kids out there, like what happened in L.A. and New York and stuff like that. Just, what would you tell a parent out there that's going through this? Because, like talking to your grandma about that stuff, like, what would you say to them?
Yeah. I don't know.
I know it's hard, Nick. I know it's hard, but just really try to think about what would you say to a parent that's going through this same stuff? You know, like your grandma. You know, like for one.
It's just the same thing to if I would talk to kids, talk to somebody. I know it's hard, but you'll get through it. You just gotta cope with it in your best way.
Right? Because this happened when you were 8 years old and you're how old now?
Yeah. Well, I was 7 and I'm about to be 26 now on the 12th.
And you could tell you're still going through the same
Yeah,
stuff, right?
It's been
It's
18 years now, and it's like I don't know if it ever leave me or it's going to be like this for the rest of my life.
Right.
But
All right, Nick. What's the last thing you want to say, man? What's the last thing that you through your mom? This is her voice. What would you say? What do you want to say to the audience
we're
out
just
there?
trying to get a message out there or any little thing to help anybody out. Like, because I know my mom wasn't the only one that this happened to. There's a lot more girls, well, there's like others that went through it. But I'm sorry for what happened, and I don't know how you guys taking it. I can imagine, because that's hard for me, and that was my mom. But we're still going through it too. She had the physical, but we're getting it mentally.
Right. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Nick.
It's hard.
It's rough, man. I'm glad you're going. I'm really appreciate this, Nick, because I really appreciate it as my cousin, man, and because I know it's really rough for you and stuff like that, but. I think it's helping you out. I really think it's helping you out, Nick.
Yeah.
And like, man to man, Nick. It's and it's rough because I'm a man too, and we all have a lot of pride. So any closing remarks that you want to say?
No, that's about it.
Okay. And I really appreciate you being
Thank
here,
you.
Nick. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. Watch your kids, and if anything tragic like that happens to other people, just. Like what my buddy cousin Nick is going through right now, talk it over with your family and friends if you need to say it, because you probably need to say it. It's really good to get it over with. So, and I know it's helping Nick because he's getting it off his chest. So my closing remarks are, if your kids needs to talk to you or something like that, make sure to listen to them. All right. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
All right.
All right. Thank you.